If you stand for everything, you end up standing for nothing. Okay, that was dramatic, but hear me out. One of the biggest mistakes or misconceptions I see new vendors trying to make when starting up their booth at an antique mall is trying to sell everything under the sun, thinking that the more they have, the more customers they'll attract. The wider their inventory, the wider their demographics. But here's the thing. That approach does not always work in the long run. When you're part of an antique mall, you are not just an individual seller anymore, the way you would be if you were at, say, a craft fair or selling online. Now you are part of a collective. And if you don't understand that, I fear that you may be setting yourself up for failure. So today, I wanted to talk about niching. In my last video, I had mentioned something about niching and how I feel that it is important for you to niche. But today, I really wanted to talk about it. Do you really need a niche? Is it possible to succeed as a generalist? And as a mall owner, how do I decide which vendors to invite in? Does a niche matter to a mall owner? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about why trying to sell everything is a bad idea. I have run into a lot of vendors that think having a little bit of everything will help them appeal to more customers. But in reality, it creates an impossible standard. You can't be the best at everything. And honestly, it's a little bit selfish. When you try to cover every category, you're not just competing with other vendors, you're actively making the shopping experience worse. Customers come to an antique mall because they love the variety of different perspectives and styles. If every booth tries to do everything, the whole mall loses its personality. Think about it. Do you remember the vendors who just have random vintage stuff? Or do you remember the ones that have clear style? A strong antique mall is not just a bunch of old things in booths thrown together. It's a carefully curated mix, or it should be. In my mall, I work hard to make sure that we have a variety of niches, because that's what makes the shopping experience exciting and memorable. This is Pink Trailer. They have pop culture, lots of cute California pottery, and retro games. Chickweed Revival is full of boho, earthy pottery, gorgeous furniture. Noctua Emporium is witchy, eclectic, and brassy. ADHD Best Finds, reasonably well-priced, small furniture. It's trendy, it's fun. Deco, 1920s Art Deco, old books, vintage razors. Each of these vendors has a clear identity. If I didn't have any of them, if I didn't have one of them, I'd actively be looking for someone to fill that niche. Because as a mall owner, my job isn't just to rent space, it's to curate an experience. So do all vendors need a hyper-specific niche? The answer is no, not necessarily. Some vendors can make a more general approach work. But, and this is a big but, you need to have a clear sense of curation and personality. For example, ADHD Best Finds, they carry a little bit of everything, but their booth still has a distinct identity. It feels intentional, not random. If you're a vendor thinking, but I like selling all types of things, that's fine. You definitely can if you make it work for you. But you need to ask yourself, do my items feel cohesive? Does my booth have a clear personality? And would a customer be able to describe my booth to a friend? If the answer is no, you might need to rethink your approach a little bit. Now, let's switch perspectives. As a mall owner, my job is to fill gaps. If I already have a vendor who specializes in something, I don't need another one doing the same thing, unless they're bringing something new to the table. A well-balanced mall should have a mix of aesthetics like boho, industrial, mid-century, maximalist, minimalist, a variety of price points, budget finds, high-end collector's pieces, and a blend of categories like furniture, smalls, clothing, ephemera, jewelry. And this is why I pay attention to what customers are asking for. I do keep a guest book or a want list where shoppers can write down things they wish we carried. This helps me figure out what people in my area are actively looking for, what niches I'm missing, and what I should prioritize when accepting new vendors. If you're a vendor, this is why having a niche makes you more valuable. If I have 10 vendors selling a little bit of everything, I don't need another one. But if you bring something unique, I'm way more likely to want you in my mall. So at the end of the day, should you niche down? Well, here's the best way to look at it. You don't need to limit yourself. You just need to stand out. If you're a vendor, ask yourself, what makes my booth memorable? Am I offering something that the mall is missing? And would the mall owner choose my booth again if they had the choice? And if you're a mall owner, remember, you're not just filling booths, you are curating an experience. A well-run antique mall is like a perfectly arranged home. Every piece belongs, every vendor brings something special, and together we create something customers can't wait to come back to. We all work together. It helps. So thank you for watching. I will continue to make little videos like this. Please let me know if you have any specific topics you want me to talk about, because it is really nice to just get on here and talk. And yeah, I will see you at the thrift store. Bye.